Will a trip to the past for the Man of Steel finally illuminate the secrets of Marilyn Moonlight and her connection to the origins of Metropolis? Well, let's hop into the pages of Superman issue number 9 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up more or less from where the last issue left off, Superman is currently in a solar chamber right now trying to recover from the acute kryptonite poisoning he suffered at the end of the last issue, defeating the Chain. While Clark is all laid up, Lois takes this opportunity to read him some of his fan mail, and oh man, it is some of the most heartstring-tugging stuff you've ever heard. There's one kid out there who says that Superman found his dog and saved his brother's life from a bank shooting all within the same week, and all he hopes is that Superman might just fly over his house for his upcoming birthday. And yeah, this all really touches Lois as much as it touches us, the reader. In fact, the emotions are so much we get a great scene of Lois actually breaking down and flashing back to some key moments to her relationship with Clark, meeting at the Daily Planet, falling in love, getting married, having children. And why yes, before you even have to ask, Superman absolutely remembers this kid and his brother in question, and yes, he is planning to actually send a card for his birthday. Seriously, how can you not love Superman, this heart of gold, truly sympathetic to all mankind character? Perry White sure loves Superman and the positive effect he has on Metropolis, so much to the point he's actually going out of his way to suspend his upcoming mayoral campaign out of respect for Superman and all the lives that were lost in the Chained attack. Of course, this only furthers to thicken the plot around Perry. What did he know about the Stryker family, the Chained, and the lost secret history of Lex Luthor? Certainly more than he's letting on. But all the same, is this run for mayor actually one made of altruism, or is there more still yet to be revealed? I don't know, but I'm certainly interested in finding out. Now, in a wonderful bit of mirrored storytelling where Superman is getting all pumped up by his family, we transition on over to Lex Luthor still in prison as his mother is absolutely verbally eviscerating him. "Oh, so much like your father you are, so smart, but absolutely no vision, no foresight, and now look at you, you're in jail, such an embarrassment." Luthor's mom absolutely sucks, which is saying something in the Luthor family, but Lex doesn't care what she has to say. If anything, he's only cared about his daughter Lena and where she is right now. Apparently, according to him, she's not supposed to be in the city, period. But not only has Lena vowed to stay in order to spite her father, but she's actually taken a job at Supercorp, if you can believe it, just to really rub some salt in the wounds. In fact, the genius apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and Lena is actually overseeing the Chain's imprisonment. Apparently the plan is to send him off to Stryker's Island. Yes, that's right, his family's own prison. Once they can properly outfit the place with more advanced technology. Lena is also messing around with that Lex Luthor AI hologram, trying to figure out more about her father. Now, you might also be wondering to yourself, how exactly is Lois covering with work now that Clark is missing and that she's been by his bedside this whole time? Well, get this, she told everyone at the paper she's going on a vacation, and that Jimmy Olsen is going to be in charge while she's gone. Hey, desperate times call for desperate measures and all that. What's really surprising, though, is that it's ultimately revealed that Mercy Graves is very well aware that Clark and Superman are the same person, and that Lois was here for a lot more than just writing an article. Yes, it would seem that Lex Luthor actually thought ahead and protected his personal assistant and right hand from the effects of the mind bomb that would kill anyone who ever remembered that Clark and Superman were the same person. Now, while Superman might be back up and running, he's certainly not at 100%. He's still suffering from acute kryptonite poisoning, and there's no telling when that's gonna stop. Still, though, even with this physical setback, Superman is more resolute than ever in trying to stop the evil machinations of Dr. Farm and Mr. Graft, who have been working against him and Luthor from the shadows. And it would seem that both the heroes and villains alike have their sights set directly on the mysterious Marilyn Moonlight, a brand new vigilante who has been protecting Metropolis by night. Dr. Farm wheels himself out to meet Marilyn and tries to induct her into his crazy evil society of super science, but wait for it, major twist, Marilyn and Farm actually know each other already. In fact, being a literal Wild West ghost, it seems that Marilyn actually knew Farm and Graft's mother and says that she was a piece of shit too. Moonlight, we learn, also actually has a major bone to pick with Lex Luthor, but unlike Farm and Graft, isn't being a massive dick about it and letting innocent people get hurt as part of her vendetta. Superman manages to break up this meeting, and we see that to combat the effects of the kryptonite poisoning, he's decided to don a brand new costume, one based on Luthor's own kryptonite-powered battlesuit. And man, I gotta say, this one is pretty damn cool. This has been a great era for Superman getting new one-off costumes. Now, if only they would make an awesome video game wherein these suits could all be unlockable. Technically, this is also the first time Superman has ever been close enough to Farm to actually hit him, and while this guy seems to be an emaciated scientist in a wheelchair, wheelchair, it's not long before he summons up a multi-legged scorpion battlesuit. We're also reminded that this dude's other gimmick is he comes packing a claw made of different colors of kryptonite. Superman manages to wreck Farm's suit, but in reality, he was never the target. Farm had come here for Moonlight, and as such, he fires a blast from his kryptonite claw. Marilyn disappears into a massive flash of light and ends up dragging Superman along with her. Where exactly? Well, back in time, of course, to the Wild West. In the days long before Metropolis was the city of tomorrow, it's here we're introduced to a crusty old woman and her two creepy-looking sons who, why yes, are definitely younger versions of Grafton Farm. These kids are apparently wunderkind geniuses on their way to make a major scientific breakthrough, but at every turn they've been stalked by bandits, so much to the point Mom has decided to hire famous Wild West gunfighters, Nighthawk and Cinnamon, who, if you know your DC Comics, are actually Wild West reincarnations of Hawkman and Hawkwoman. Nighthawk and Cinnamon end up earning their fee right away as a bandit jumps the train, a bandit who is faster than any horse they've ever seen, a man who hates sidearms, being able to heat them up with just a look, a man who is of course naturally revealed to be Superman, or I guess in this case, the Superman with no name. Also, wow, 2 amazing alternate costumes in 1 issue. Man, what a great time to be a Superman fan, am I right? And so that was Superman issue number 9. And once again, Joshua Williamson manages to turn in one hell of a winner. I'm just happy thinking about this one and had a big smile on my face the whole time I was reading it. If I was to sum up this series in one word, I think that word would be effortless. Williamson really does make this whole thing look easy, so much to the point you wonder, why does anyone struggle with Superman? There's so much potential. You can just do so much with him and it's all equally valid. You can have him laid up in a hospital bed and his wife reading his fan mail, and if that's not good enough, you can just send him back in time and make him a cowboy, and because he's Superman, it all fits. It's also kind of cool that it looks like we're going to be getting the origins of Marilyn Moonlight as well as the origins of Grafton Farm all in one go. If you couldn't tell, I absolutely loved this one, totally over the moon about it. Joshua Williamson's Superman was an easy shoo-in for my top 10 favorite comics of the year, and as big as this book was in 2023, it looks like they have even more wilder and crazy things coming for us in 2024. I would give this one a very strong 9 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.